Welcome back to the deep dive. Today, we're skipping the abstract stuff and getting right into the mechanics of charisma.
That's right.
We're looking at some really specific shortcuts, concrete techniques to help you instantly gain credibility, build that rapport fast.
Yeah, because the data we've seen really hammers this home.
Yeah,
Nobody gets to the top alone.
absolutely.
So our goal today isn't just like understanding why some people are great communicators. It's about giving you a playbook, actual moves.
Okay.
We're pulling these techniques straight from studies of, top executives, expert salespeople, and the core idea. Connection is less about logic
Right.
and much more about those subliminal signals.
And these signals, it's not just a trickle, is it? The research talks about a massive flow, like potentially 10,000 units of information per second.
For a second,
Yeah.
between just two people.
That's incredible. And it's not just words, it's tiny visual things, micro expressions, posture shifts, your vocal tone.
Everything.
Mm.
And that huge subconscious hit, it basically sets the stage for the whole relationship, often before you've even processed a rational thought.
So the game is won or lost right there in the first few seconds.
Precisely. If you can get a handle on that initial flood of nonverbal data you're sending out, you immediately come across as what these studies call a big winner.
Okay, let's break that down. Controlling that immediate impact before small talk even starts. We found 4 key moves here. Let's maybe start with the one that sets the physical frame. Hang by your teeth.
Yeah, this one's great. It's a visualization technique, all about posture. Good posture, habitually good posture. It's often seen as like the first sign of success.
Right, standing tall.
Exactly. And to make it a habit, the trick is this. Before you walk through any doorway, office, party, even back into your own house, you picture an imaginary iron jaw bit hanging right there from the door frame.
And you mentally chomp down on it.
You chomp down. And that action, visualized, it just automatically throws your head back a bit, lifts your torso, pulls you into perfect alignment, head high, shoulders back.
And the repetition makes it stick. Because we walk through doors all day long.
Dozens of times. Visualize it 60 times a day, and pretty soon, that success posture becomes automatic. You stop thinking about it.
Okay, frame set. Now the face. The old advice was just smile, right? But that's changed.
Total change. A quick instant smile today, it often reads as insincere, like you'd smile that way at anyone.
Yeah, it doesn't feel special.
Exactly. Which is why the updated technique is the flooding smile.
Flooding smile, okay?
This is about personalized warmth, not just, practiced politeness. The key is a tiny delay. When you greet someone, you pause. Just a split second.
Okay.
You look at their face, really take them in, soak in their presence.
Yeah.
Then you let a big, warm, responsive smile flood over your face, and importantly, into your eyes.
So that little pause makes all the difference.
It's the secret sauce.
Yeah.
It convinces the other person that this smile is genuine, it's just for them. Gives your personality a richer, more sincere feel.
Makes sense. Okay, moving up slightly.
Yeah.
Eye contact. We know strong contact signals confidence, but how do you keep it warm? Sticky eyes.
Sticky eyes, yeah. You pretend your eyes are glued to your conversation partners, like with sticky warm taffy.
Taffy, okay.
But the crucial part isn't just holding contact while they talk. It's drawing it out slowly, reluctantly, after they finish speaking.
Oh, interesting. So you linger for a second.
That reluctance signals you were genuinely captivated, really listening.
Okay, I like that. Then there's the more advanced version, epoxy eyes. This one sounds a bit intense.
It is. It's definitely advanced.
You maintain eye contact with your target person even when someone else is talking, looking right past the speaker.
Yeah, it's bold. It signals intense interest mixed with confidence. It definitely puts you in a position of evaluation almost.
But where's the line? That could easily feel like staring or aggression, right?
That's the tightrope walk, exactly. Epoxy eyes can be very effective. It demands respect. But the research comes with a big warning label. Don't overdo it, especially in competitive settings, maybe between men. Holding that gaze too long will be seen as hostile or arrogant. It's high risk, high reward. Definitely more for VIPs who kind of already own the room.
Got it. Stick with the sticky taffy for most situations.
Probably wise.
Okay, last one for this first impression blitz. Making the new person feel instantly special. Hello, old friend.
This one's purely internal, a mental trick. When you meet someone new, you just internally imagine they're a long-lost friend, or maybe a favorite customer you haven't seen in ages, and you're just overjoyed to be reunited.
Like mentally calling them old buddy or something?
Something like that. Old beloved is one phrase used.
Yeah.
And the amazing thing is, your body buys it. That visualization triggers a whole chain reaction. Your eyebrows soften, maybe your palms turn up slightly. Your whole body language just radiates warmth and delight.
And the other person feels incredibly special without you consciously trying to control every little muscle.
Exactly. It makes that initial connection feel effortless and genuine. Okay, so we've nailed the nonverbals. That first impression is strong. But now comes that moment, the small talk. What do you actually say after, hi? This is where a lot of people stumble.
Yeah, the fear of awkward silence or saying the wrong thing, especially when, as you said, like 80% of the impression is already baked in nonverbally.
Right, so the first step here is make a mood match before you even open your mouth to say something substantive.
You need to tune in.
Exactly. Take a quick psychic photograph of their expression, or listen for their tone. Are they upbeat, bored, sounding tired?
And the rule is,
Synchronization. You have to match their current mood and tone first, even just for a moment, before you try to shift them towards your viewpoint or energy level.
it's like tuning your radio frequency to theirs before you start broadcasting.
Perfect analogy. It's not necessarily about agreeing with their mood long term, but acknowledging it.
There was that elevator example in the research, right? The host was moving slow, low energy.
Yeah. And the so-called mental giants, the engineers, they just jumped straight into technical talk about the elevator speed. Totally missed the mark.
Because they didn't match his sluggish mood first.
Exactly. He hadn't accepted them yet. If they just started with, wow, this elevator's slow, isn't it? Matched his reality for a second.
He would have felt heard, validated.
Right. Then he'd be open to hearing their explanations or ideas.
Yeah.
Match first, then lead.
Okay, that makes sense. Now, what about the pressure of the perfect opening line? People agonize over this.
Well, Technique Prosaic with Passion basically says, relax. Anything is fine for an opener.
Anything, right?
Pretty much. Because the key finding is that top communicators often use deliberately unoriginal remarks. Mundane stuff.
Why would they do that? Seems counterintuitive.
Because banality builds a bridge. Simple, common small talk about the weather, the traffic, whatever, it actually puts people at ease. It signals, I'm like you.
It reduces that initial suspicion or guardedness.
Precisely. The content is unimportant. The delivery is everything. It needs to be sincere, warm, passionate even.
Like that story about Samuel Hayakawa, the scholar. He used really ordinary comments about the war.
Totally unremarkable stuff. But he delivered it with warmth. And it broke down the couple's initial suspicion, got him invited to dinner.
So people are tuning into your tone way more than your actual words in that initial phase.
Absolutely. Deliver the prosaic with passion, and they'll connect with you, not just your opening line.
Okay, so we're talking, we matched the mood, used a simple opener. How do we avoid those conversational cul-de-sacs, like when someone asks, where are you from? Or what do you do?
Ah, yes, the inevitable questions. And the killer of conversations, the one-word answer.
Right. Chicago. End of story.
Exactly. So Technique Never the Naked City says, don't just give the place name, throw out some conversational bait too, something relevant to the situation or the listener.
So if you're at an art gallery and you're from D.C.
You don't just say Washington, D.C. You say, oh, I'm from Washington, D.C. It was actually designed by the same city planner who designed Paris.
Nice. Instantly gives them something to grab onto. Art, history, travel.
Exactly. You're offering possibilities. Same idea with error. Flesh out your job. Don't just give your title, I'm an accountant. Snooze.
Haha. Yeah. So instead,
Use what the research calls a benefit statement. Explain how you help people. What's the outcome of your work?
so a hairdresser wouldn't just say, I cut hair.
No, they'd say, I help women find the perfect hairstyle for their face shape and lifestyle.
Much better. It elevates the job, makes it relatable, interesting,
Memorable.
make you memorable.
Okay, that brings us nicely into techniques for building deeper, maybe longer-term rapport. Moving past those first few minutes, the research called these VIP tactics.
Yeah, getting a bit more subtle, more strategic maybe. The first one is echoing. This is about language synchronization.
Echoing, like repeating what they say. Not verbatim, necessarily. It's about listening really closely for their specific, slightly arbitrary word choices, their nouns, verbs, prepositions,
Right.
and then using those same words back to them soon after.
Give me an example.
Okay, say someone mentions they just bought a lovely new chalet in the mountains. If you respond later asking about their cabin,
Ah, I see. Even though they mean the same thing, using cabin instead of their word chalet.
you've subtly broken rapport. You haven't entered their world, their way of seeing things, their values even. Using their specific word chalet, or maybe they say station instead of office, or vocation instead of job, it creates this subconscious feeling of, This person gets me. We're on the same wavelength.
Wow, that is subtle, but powerful. Okay, what's next? This one sounds intriguing. Kill the quick, me too.
Right. This is so counterintuitive for most of us.
Totally. If I find out someone loves the same obscure band I do, my first instinct is to jump in. Oh my God, me too. I love them. Build that immediate connection.
That's the natural urge. But the research suggests the longer you wait to reveal that common ground,
The more impressed they'll be. Why?
it signals confidence. You come across less like a lonely puppy, desperate for connection,
Mm-hmm.
and more like a self-assured big cat. It shows you were genuinely interested in hearing their story, their experience first. You weren't just waiting for your turn.
So you let them finish talking about their love for the band, maybe ask a follow-up question, then reveal you share it.
Exactly. And when you finally do drop the Me Too, it lands with much more impact. Like, wow, not only did they really listen, but we share this cool thing. It feels more like destiny, less like grasping.
Okay, I need to practice biting my tongue on that one. Now, gratitude. Never the naked thank you.
Yes. Simple but effective. The phrase thank you is used so much, it's almost invisible now. People barely hear it.
It's just politeness noise.
Pretty much.
Okay.
So the fix is incredibly simple. Always follow thank you with for what? Be specific.
So not just thanks, but thank you for helping me with that report. Or,
Thank you for being so patient. Or getting off a plane to the pilot. Thank you for getting us through that turbulence smoothly.
specifying the action.
It makes the gratitude feel real, considered, and memorable. It singles you out as someone who pays attention, someone who is genuinely appreciative, a top communicator move.
Okay, makes sense. Finally, the big one. The one that sounds a little cold, almost. The great scorecard in the sky.
Yeah, this one can feel a bit mercenary, but the research suggests it's a reality, especially in high-stakes relationships, business or personal.
So what is this invisible scorecard?
It's basically this constantly running, often subconscious calculation of who's ahead and who's behind in a relationship, who owes whom, who's benefiting more right now, who holds the chips, basically.
Who has the leverage? Who needs to defer?
Exactly. Big players, successful people, they are intuitively aware of this score. They might not think about it in these exact terms, but they feel the balance or imbalance.
And the penalty for ignoring the score?
Is potentially huge. You risk getting thrown out of the game completely. The example given was Charles, who stood someone up for dinner. A big fumble.
Right, the score shifted dramatically against him. He now owed her big time.
Massively. But he calls the next day, completely oblivious to the new score, and casually asks about rescheduling at her house.
Oh, wow. Bad move.
Terrible. He was acting like an equal or even like she should accommodate him when the scorecard clearly showed he was deep in the red. He needed to make a significant gesture, a fancy dinner, profuse apologies, total deference, just to start balancing the books.
He'd gone from partner to supplicant and hadn't even realized the game had changed.
Exactly. That awareness of who owes what, who's benefiting, who needs to make the next move, it's constantly humming beneath the surface in important relationships.
Wow, we've covered a lot of ground here. From, tiny things like delaying a smile,
The flooding smile?
right, to echoing specific words, to this quite strategic scorecard idea. What really strikes me is the level of, intentionality needed to appear effortless and charismatic.
It's true. It's not about one big move. Excellence in communication, the research suggests, comes from consistently making these small, smooth adjustments.
Like the mood match or killing the quick me too.
Exactly. Each one is like a tiny building block. Over time, they add up, they build your confidence, they shape how people perceive you, and ultimately, they can kind of shape your destiny in relationships.
So we've seen how these deliberate actions, sometimes really small ones, can genuinely alter the course of an interaction, even a relationship. It does leave you with a pretty interesting question, though, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Well, if mastering these, highly structured, almost external techniques is so key to success, what does that really say about genuine connection? Are relationships fundamentally just a series of calculated steps, managing perceptions? Or is it that through practicing these attentive, outwardly focused actions, you actually end up becoming more genuinely attuned and authentic over time?
Does the practice eventually become instinct? Does the technique become real connection?
Exactly. Something for you, the listener, to maybe chew on, especially as you start noticing those invisible scorecards playing out all around you.